Hey, welcome guys. Quicc here. You know, there's been a lot on my mind lately, especially with all the recent game releases like Last Epoch, the V Rising update, and Destiny 2's Edge of Fate expansion. Oh yeah, Oblivion Remastered as well dropped. That's been good for 15-20 hours. Whatever it is, it's going to be 20 hours minimum for me tonight. But strangely, the game that's taken up the most mental real estate for me is Marathon. And what's weird is I've never even played Marathon, nor have I gone out of my way to follow it closely. Most of what I know comes from chat or scrolling on Twitter, and the reveal, of course. Yet here it is, front and center, and not really for good reasons. By the way, I'm not using a camera because I don't want to turn the lights on, and this is the, I don't even know, fourth time I've tried to record this, and I've just been dyslexic as hell today. Anyway, I've played Destiny 2 for 6 months, and I have, inevitably, hit the massive wall of burnout. I'm very tired of the game. The game is incredible. It feels good as hell to play. I'm just really tired of the UI, the feel, and everything about it. And again, it's not to the fault of Destiny 2 or Bungie there. I'm just ready to play different games, and honestly, play games a little bit less for a little bit. So I've been doing that. Unfortunately, I haven't been streaming as much, and I haven't been playing games in my free time. Not really. The reason I say that is because Bungie was able to execute on Destiny and make the game feel smooth and nice to play, which is why I was cautiously optimistic about Marathon, especially since it was supposed to be their next big thing. But when I saw Marathon's reveal, my optimism quickly turned into confusion. The game's visuals felt noticeably downgraded compared to what was initially teased, almost cartoonishly simple, looking more like Roblox than a AAA shooter. The art style isn't terrible, there was clearly some creative direction here, but it feels unfinished. It's almost like they stopped halfway through and just settled. Even the characters are pretty dull, at least to a non-gooner, and nothing about them feels particularly interesting or memorable. To be fair, the gameplay itself looks much better after watching some of the playtests once the NDA dropped. The gunplay seems solid, movement looks satisfying, and some interactions genuinely appear dynamic. This definitely adds a bit of optimism, but this still isn't an excuse for the community to suddenly meet ride Marathon. It's clear the game will be fun for some, but there's a lot of people who seem to be overhyping it to compensate for the overwhelming tsunami of negative feedback. And honestly, it's weird seeing the community swing so far in the opposite direction just to balance the narrative. Like, I don't know what it is where people feel they need to go on Twitter or wherever in white knight for a game that's an alpha or early access. Because in my humble opinion, you should shit all over a game that's being released or play-tested at this phase. Now, I'm not saying show up at Bungie headquarters with pitchforks, but I am saying write angry letters. They should definitely know what is wrong with the game in this phase, because that's what it's for. I don't care if they've set up a list of critiques and criticism that they'd like to hear feedback about, because the devs are not the end-all be-all. They are not omnipotent. They don't know what the players want. At the end of the day, they have a pretty good idea, as it is their job, right? But the thing is, they miss a lot. If they didn't miss a lot, there wouldn't be such a large field of negativity surrounding Bungie. So I think it's within the players' purview, and justifiably so, to provide any and all feedback to Bungie regarding this alpha. And that's where I'll leave that specifically, because that's all I have to say. Don't be a dick, and also don't meet ride. It's ridiculous. Another big issue I have is Bungie's choice to give early access exclusively to content creators and reviewers instead of initially opening up to the public. While creators definitely bring valuable exposure, I doubt much of their feedback genuinely shapes game development, especially if broader testing happens much later, and it has. It feels way more like strategic marketing than actual gameplay testing. If that wasn't the case, aimbot wouldn't have been in the game at this point. This approach mainly benefits content creators and not regular players, raising concerns to me about Bungie's transparency and genuine community involvement. because again, it feels much more like marketing than it does playtesting. Otherwise, I don't think they'd attempt to create buzz around early access. And you know what? I actually do want to say one more thing. The excuse of it's just an alpha cannot be used to justify every flaw or critique. If visuals, mechanics, and gameplay feel are all subject to change, then what exactly are we supposed to be giving feedback on? Either the build is ready for meaningful player input, or it's just marketing dressed up as testing. It's important to provide valuable criticism as well as praise where it's genuinely deserved, rather than dismissing concerns with a blanket alpha defense. This isn't a minor concern either. Bungie's pitch made it sound like just creating an extraction shooter was enough, ignoring how saturated the genre already is and how tired players are of repetitive live service games. Additionally, Marathon being a hero shooter makes me even more skeptical. Hero shooters tend to limit customization and gameplay depth just so they can more easily sell character skins and cosmetics. Honestly, I don't know a single person craving yet another hero shooter. The market already feels completely oversaturated. This obsession with launching games already loaded with cosmetics is part of a bigger issue in live service gaming. It's predictable, repetitive monetization that doesn't improve gameplay, but keeps extracting money. Players know what's happening, but we somehow keep engaging. It's ridiculous and disappointing, especially coming from Bungie, a company whose loyal community should inspire more creativity and less of a transactional feel. Destiny 2 players have supported Bungie financially and culturally for years, yet Marathon feels disconnected from what this community values. If the Destiny community represents the heart of Bungie right now, it seems this heart is just pumping cash straight into corporate pockets. Marathon isn't just a strange creative decision. It's a symptom of a larger problem in gaming right now, choosing safe bets and repetitive formulas over creativity and player engagement. Bungie had the chance to do something bold and different, but instead, they chose the safest, least inspired route possible. In the end, even after seeing more gameplay, I'm still left feeling confused. Marathon just seems out of place and disconnected, leaving me unsure exactly where it fits or who it's truly for. It symbolizes everything frustrating about gaming today: safe choices, tired formulas, and a constant push for easy profits instead of genuine innovation and player-focused creativity. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'm sure you'll feel free to let me know how you feel in the comments. If you like it, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.